So what kind of institutions and tools does the EU better regulation agenda put in place in order to improve the quality of the regulatory environment? So the first one is the better regulation toolbox, and then the better regulation institutions, which we will take a closer look at in just a moment. So the Better Regulation Toolkit includes the Better Regulation Guidelines and the Better Regulation Toolbox. And what these do is that they offer guidance and best practice on how to implement better regulation standards in the policy and the lawmaking process. So both are quite extensive and detailed, and they offer step-by-step information and examples and best practice on how to use impact assessments, on how to organize consultations, on how to do an evaluation, and so on and so forth. The Better Regulation agenda has also created dedicated better regulation institutions within the European Union infrastructure. So first of all, there are dedicated units for impact assessment and evaluation within the European Commission. There is the REFIT platform that collects suggestions on proposed changes and improvements to existing laws and regulations. The European Parliament has established a Directorate for Impact Assessment and European Added Value that looks at the quality of impact assessments. And under the previous commission, there was a first vice president who was appointed to drive the better regulation reform agenda. This was the first time that the better regulation agenda was addressed at such a high level. And last but not least, the Regulatory Scrutiny Board is an independent group of Commission officials and experts, external experts, whose role it is to check the quality of all the impact assessments that the Commission conducts and major evaluations that inform decision making and look at their quality. So the Regulatory Scrutiny Board examines and issues opinions on the quality of impact assessments, evaluations and fitness checks, and if they find that they are not of sufficient quality, they can return them to the institutions that produce them, asking for improvements and for improved analysis. So to conclude, the EU better regulation policy is a sophisticated set of principles, guidelines and tools that aim to improve the regulatory environment. So it's considered to be among the best performing in Europe and a central feature of EU policymaking. It is a source of inspiration for national better regulation programs, and all institutions have a role to play in this agenda, and there is an increasing role for parliaments. I hope this was useful, and thank you very much for listening.